to its head, and that's how they kill it. And
not if
6 inches.
Still better than being boiled, though.
6 inches. They put a nail.
By the way, I don't hear you.
Hello. Now I'm on. They put a
Did
nail.
you just shut his mic
yeah,
off
totally.
in the middle of talking?
No, because he knows my propaganda's true. My propaganda's true. They hammer a nail into his head. They kill
Bill
it.
Monty, he's going to throw Fred out.
Not kosher. Kosher meat is they slash the throat of it and let it bleed to death.
Really?
That's how they slaughter. You're referring to the cattle prod or the cattle prod guns.
Yes.
It's usually like a pneumatically actuated gun that has like maybe a half-inch diameter metal shaft that is that goes out maybe 4 to 6 inches on top of the cow's skull. It does it to desensitize the cow immediately to the pain of having his throat slit and his blood drained out. They stun him with this little stun gun on the top of the head before they slice his throat open.
Even with kosher meals.
With any slaughterhouse, I mean, yes, they drain. I would assume that's how it happens with kosher. There's no way it should, but yeah, they stun it into submission and then they.
Stop. Chris is getting hungry.
I could never see you stop eating meat, Chris. I could never see you. You were a meat eater through and through.
That's the problem.
But there were points where you used to be a vegetarian. I
was vegetarian for about a year.
Me and you eating smart dogs.
A little more than a year. I was a vegetarian for. I was never vegan because cheese is terrific. But
yeah, but what about all
I
those?
I could not stop that because I would die. I only eat cheese.
What about all those plants that you killed? Eating all those vegetables.
Plants don't, to my knowledge, plants don't have the consciousness that a beast does.
They don't have a central.
They don't have a nervous system.
I don't give a crap
that's
about.
What it is. It's nervous system.
I don't know. I don't give a crap about a nervous system. I'm talking about a consciousness.
It's alive. It's on the world.
I'm not saying that it's not alive. I'm saying it's a consciousness that I believe that
it's conscious to feel pain.
What's that?
It's conscious.
No, it's conscious that it has a personality.
Do you think when you chop that tree down, it's in pain?
I'm not again, you guys keep going on the nervous system thing. I'm not saying nervous system. I'm not saying feeling. I'm saying a consciousness.
But if it didn't have a consciousness, it wouldn't feel pain anyway, whether or not it had a central nervous system.
Don't you think
you need to be conscious to feel
brain
pain.
waves? Don't you think a brain?
A square is a rectangle. A rectangle's not a square. That's not. The point is, I'm saying that it's the consciousness aspect that bothers me, so that's not the central nervous system.
That's almost religious in a way.
Yeah.
What makes you think that carrot is not conscious? How can you make the assumption?
Because they taste so good.
I can't. and that's why I said from the beginning, I don't think that plants...
So then we could eat you and not feel guilty.
Right, of course not.
The point I was trying to make is that death is involved in the process of eating.
I don't disagree. It's true. Well, I mean, then I have the choice to die, if that's not the case. I don't think that a plant has...
feelings?
Not even the feelings. It's the consciousness. It's the understanding of the fact that they're there to live or die, or that I'm being attacked by this thing that's harvesting me. That's what I'm thinking there. Whereas I think a cow is when it's being hung up by its foot, it's like, holy crap, what the hell's going on right now? I was just hanging out in the field, loving my buddies, and like... Well, actually, I've been in a factory probably 3 inches away from another cow just like me, wondering, wow, is this really what life is? Maybe I should become a vegetarian.
Oh, dude, remember our smart dog and brass monkey mornings that we used to have?
Yeah, of course.
When I threw up all over your car and we'd yell at my grandmother?
That sounds like a radio show. Smart dog and mad... Smart dog
I'll
and
have
mad
a hot dog.
I really like
Smart
brass
dog
monkey.
and brass monkey in the morning.
Good, dude.
Every now and again when I go to a liquor store, I ask if they have brass monkey and they look at me confused. If I had any self-control... I would not eat meat anymore. It's wrong to eat meat. It's wrong to wear leather. It's wrong to. It's. There are ways to do this without hurting something else.
I'm sorry. If I had any self-control, I wouldn't eat meat, and I probably also would eat only stuff that's healthy for me. Not only non-meat stuff. Like
Doritos. You wouldn't have.
I would probably work out. I'd exercise.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. One is for a betterment of yourself. One is for a not. Betterment of yourself versus harm to something else. Right. They're two different things. My concern at this point is...
Well, you're not really killing it. It's a guilt thing. Because once you're buying it...
But if the demand is no longer
there...
there...
if everybody stopped eating it, it wouldn't be there anymore.
Okay.
The same way that if idiots stopped watching reality TV, every other show wouldn't be a reality TV show.
Which just to the point now
except for The Ultimate Fighter, which is the greatest show on television.
I'm ready to lose my mind now. With the new commercial for a new reality show every 5 minutes, it's like, I know it's been bad for a while now, but now it's really to the point where I'm getting mad.
And actually, the next Iron Chef is actually a pretty good reality show too. I like both of those. I like cooking shows and I like fighting shows.
You know what? If they stay limited to those cable stations, it's fine. But I don't want to hear about like.
And Solitary is a really good show.
If they had a fighting show where the loser got cooked, would you watch that?
No, if I had the self-control to not eat the person, then yes.
You mean just like, yo, he got cooked?
Here's a Ricky Steamboat burrito.
Oh,
he got Ricky steamed.
That would be so delicious. With a little bit of soy sauce on him, he'd be awesome.
I prefer the duck. So.
And Survivor, too.
No, Survivor stinks.
And Big Brother.
Get out of here.
And, no, I'm being a jerk.
Scott Baio was 45. Awesome.
I'll still probably always watch American Idol because I'm a homo. But
never watched one episode of the show.
But I never watch any other reality shows.
After the first wave of the first season, after they did wow, these people think they could sing, but they can't. Aren't they stupid? After that, I've never watched the show since then. Ever since William Hung was banging.
That's the only part of the show you need to watch. The first 2 or 3 weeks when the people try to sing, it's hysterical.
I don't even need to watch that.
It's hysterical. I've seen people make fools of themselves.
I've never seen an episode.
Ultimate Fighter, the next Iron
That is
Chef.
boring this year. The Ultimate Fighter. You don't think it's boring?
Nah.
The guy with the purple mohawk fighting?
Well, he
Jeez
sucked.
Louise.
It was a bad fight, but the show was good.
Nah, they don't. I don't think they have.
By the way, I didn't even mention tonight, UFC tonight, big dramatic one. Rich Franklin trying to take his title back from Anderson Silva.
Could we watch that tonight here?
Come by. Oh wait, but at 11 o'clock I'm going to leave because I have to go to work. But you can watch the first hour here if you want.
It's all right.
Oh, you can hang out with my wife. You can do my wife if you feel like it.
Stop. Please don't do that because I'll do it.
Wait, who's we?
Me and Keith.
Keith's not going to be here.
No, Keith.
He's going to Ronnie's house.
He's going to his best bud's house.
But yeah, if I had any sort of self-control, I would not be an alcoholic. I would not be a foodaholic. I would not be. Well, I'm not a foodaholic. I would not be an alcoholic. I would not be a meataholic. I would not be a cheeseaholic.
Would you call yourself a radioholic? An internet radioholic?
I call myself a radiophile. I'm obsessed.
Would you call yourself an alcoholic?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I used to lie to myself for years and say that no, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a beeraholic. No, I.
But when beer's not around, you'll drink.
I'll drink vodka. Yeah, I don't. I like to. I need to be drunk. I need to be drunk at least a few times a week.
I can't believe Ronnie was invited to your wedding. That is messed up.
How did that?
Dude, that is messed up.
That's my favorite thing about Fred.
Dude, that is messed up, dude.
Just when you thought you were past the uncomfortableness.
Who else didn't get invited? Just who else? Oh, I know who else didn't get invited. There were a couple other people.
Name them.
In that crew. Nick, how about Nick Propora? Nick,
stop with the
sorry,
last
Nick
names.
P.
Holy. Yeah. I didn't invite Nick, and I feel bad about not inviting Nick.
How about? Oh my God! What about the girl that was on? That's Vanessa Cheatwood. I could say her last name, right?
Yes, you
her,
can.
her last name is actually Blogspot.
Yeah. At that time I wasn't even talking to Vanessa.
What about Eileen?
Country girl in our chat room.
We
asks,
were kind of shocked when Vanessa popped up in our chat room. We didn't realize it was her because I don't think either of us
Country
have talked
girl
for quite a while.
Country girl
in the chat room asks, "Who are all these people?" And I just have to say, Vanessa Cheatwood, regular member of the show, calls in and does our news for us. Usually on the
Oh, she's asking about the people who were talking about, not just us.
Well,
right?
the people that we're talking about is Chris's friends that weren't invited to his wedding.
Yes.
That's who they were. Chris's friends that weren't invited to the wedding.
People that actually thought they were Chris's friends.
Chris's
but found
acquaintances.
out.
Chris's
That found
acquaintances
out
that
they
had
weren't friends.
I was going to be a jerk.
DP was there.
Gonna be.
Yeah, he was.
DR was there. Dan, Karate Dan,
No.
Eileen.
Which one? His wife? Yes.
No. The other one.
No.
Cannibal Overdrive.
Nope. As we just rattle off like a who's who of Staten Island for people that are listening to us that have no idea. A bunch of our friends may have wanted to have come to the wedding and that I didn't invite because I just didn't have the ability to invite everyone that I wanted to. I'm sorry.
And now they're not talking to Chris for 2 years.
No,
Actually,
4 years.
Actually, Eileen is actually a regular listener of our show. She listens all the time, talk to her all the time about it. I'm really
Now I know you're not talking about my wife.
Yeah, I speak to her all the time. I actually see her fairly often. One of the places I work in the city is right across from where she works, so I see her like once a week at least.
Who's she going out with?
That's what it's come to.
You're asking who
That's
people
why
are
we're going over.
That's why I wouldn't have brought up the name. I thought.
All right. Enough about the people I didn't invite to my wedding. Not because I'm uncomfortable, because it's not good radio.